started operating in this port from the year 2006, when there was a concession of the port. NPA was in charge of this place. They were the one operating it. And federal government found out that there was inefficiency. There was this so much bottleneck, you know, and that is why they have to privatize it or do a kind of concession for private investors to take over and operate. Since then, there have been a lot of improvements. And this premium port, Apapa Premium Port, was commissioned in the year 1956 by Queen Elizabeth II. She's still alive. Hello? 10th February 1956. That is when the port was commissioned. And ENL is, will I call it multi-purpose terminal? General cargo terminal. We'll handle containers, we'll handle, like this vehicle you are seeing, these tippers, the truck heads, they're all imported. The tires, there are bulk cargoes also, like chemicals, jumbo bags. By the time you go around, you will see them. We have also gypsum. Gypsums they use in manufacturing of cement as well. Clinker and other. Most times, Nigeria will import coal. You know what is coal? You know what is coal? Yes, C-O-A-L. So they import as well. At times, where they have imported, there was this importation when the importation of rice was on the high side until the federal government put a ban to it. Rice was coming in, cement was coming in, fertilizer was coming in as well. Name it. So ENL operates from bat 6 to bat 14. And the key length is about 1.7 kilometers. So if we move from here now, if we are trekking, you going and coming, you would have covered over 3 kilometers. I hope you can do that. Hello? Can you do that? I won't blame on it. Use motor carry you do that. If we are born in my village, in Abasiku, they will carry you. So if you trek from here to that place, from there back, you will cover what? Over 3 kilometers. By the time you go, you will see various shapes and sizes of what? Ships, vessels, offloading of goods going on. We have export vessel also. There's an export operation going on. Also, they're exporting soya bean. Branded soya bean. I think it's going to either Germany or so used for animal food and all the rest. For now, I think, and this organization is controlled. The executive vice chairman is Mrs. Vicky Astrop. I don't know if you have seen her before. Astrop. Vicky Astrop. So maybe by the time we go around, if there are questions and other observations, here we do not tolerate consumption of alcohol, smoking of cigarettes, use of earphones, you know. You must wear your either overall like this. I feel comfortable in this way than putting on my suit. I have my suit, my pair of suit in the office. But this way is better. When you get to the office, you remove it, shower, you can change. In the port operation, so many opportunities are bound. I saw about 2 ladies putting on their uniform. Perhaps they must have been trained. It's rare for you to see a woman who is a captain, but they do, but they are very few. Captain of a vessel, We know we have aircraft pilots, female aircraft pilots. But in the marine sector, few women. You can be a cook, you can be an engineer, you can be a surveyor, you can be a maritime lawyer, insurance, name it. So much opportunities in the maritime industry. Hmm? Any question before we go? Or okay. In fact, my sister, I have not been able to solve that puzzle since I came here. I've not been able to solve that puzzle myself. Any other one? No other. Hello? The people behind, can you hear me? Did you hear me? So, go and get into your vehicle. Then we'll take you around. Are you with me? Yes. Okay. Two. In terms of buoyancy, what does it state? It states that what? That's buoyancy. The principle states what? It says that an object, either partially or heavily loaded, exerting a weight on a field, will display. That is, what is going to display is going to be proportional to the what? To the weight of that force. And that is the principle on which a vessel is being turned. Hello? You can see it's metal, steel, all right. But yet, look, despite the load, it's carrying. Is that not so? So, if you look at here, what you are seeing here, back here, that is called rudder. There is a propeller, we may not see it except if you go closer. A propeller. That rotates. It's small. Eventually, you cannot be like this is a tugboat. The one with green and white is a tugboat. The function is to hold batteries that are no propeller that are not self-propelled.
Did you hear that? Do you remember what?
Badge and a
Look at the
tugboat.
tugboat. Look at the badge.
Like that badge, the object, this you see here is a badge. You have containers of the badge. That badge. So this is what the badge.
water. Yes, I bought 150.
Short protection. There's equipment to pass. Some iron will pass that I will have shown you. That's what they will use the construction company to use it. They will hit it and they will line it up before they put their photo, iron and other things. So that the sea will not wash this thing away. To protect this side. Yes, the side of the facility. So anywhere that's from here to that place that is what? Yes, they came from this way. So any other one? International Maritime Organization. Every vessel, every ocean has a unique number. See this number now. Hello. This number. Hello. I have a book here. Please come.
I told you about
If you put the number, you have phone. You have your phone now. Okay. Your number is not. Put that number. That's number IMO 9360142. They will tell you the name, the country, the last name, whatever. So it's like the registration management. Like number plate on a vehicle.
So you got the number, right?
Put IMO and the number. It will give you the name of the vessel. Give it the operators, the owner, and all the details. If you want to check the coordinates or the position of this vessel, it will tell you where it is now. On satellite, it will show you where it is. So all of them is a unique number to every vessel that is like this one. And when you see there's an orange kind of box here. On top of the vessel. Have you seen it? Yes. You can tell us what it does or what it is for. Escape. Yes. Yes, sir. They have shown you everything.
and this is the bow of the vessel. The front of a vessel is called a bow. So this is the bow of a vessel, and that's the stern, which is the back. And if you're facing the bow, your right hand is going to stand, and your left hand is going to stand. And usually, the bow, the port is being numbered as number 1, and the starboard number 2. Now, if you see that lifeboat there, that's a lifeboat over there.
The right one.
It's orange.
Orange, sorry.
That's a lifeboat there, and there's a number on top of it that says number 2. That's to indicate that it's on the starboard side of the vessel, and it has its maximum capacity of people that goes on it.
Which is about 26. Is it 26 or 20?
25.
25.
Is it 25 there?
That's
Yes.
40.
Is it 35 or 20? 36 or 26?
No, it's supposed to be 25, maximum 26.
36. That's 36. It's 36.
Okay.
Yes.
That's 36. So, in case of the ship crashing, abandoning of ship, that's a lifeboat that can keep you afloat till rescue comes. But you don't go off your vessel except your captain says so. The ship is the safest place that you can be in case of emergency. That's one thing you should take note of. And that's a chain block on a crane. The maximum capacity that you can carry is 25 tons.
Okay,
So if this container that it is carrying is above 25 tons, it will have a problem. It won't carry it. And there are safety officers there trying to direct the parts of the crane where it should be dropped. You see them either carrying their flag or using their hand as a stop and a go sign. So that's basically what we can see from now. And that's a capstan there with mooring ropes holding the ship to the shore. That's that. Everybody can help it.
Let the person that work on board vessel. Like
Okay, we have basically the deck and the engine. The people who study nautical science, they work on board as the deck officials. Is it that they are working on the deck? This is called the deck, where everybody is standing. It's called the deck.
DCK.
It's called the deck, and the people working in the engine rooms are called the engineers. They basically maintain the machinery space. We have from the wiper to the oiler and to the officers. And the officer ranking, sometimes we have, depends on the size of the vessel, we have junior engineers, we have fourth engineers, third engineers, second engineers, and the chief engineer, who happens to be the chairman of the engine room. But on board the vessel, the captain is the most superior, the representative of the company on board the vessel. So any problems and everything, you go to him. We have the chief officer from the deck. We have the captain, we have the chief officer. The chief officer is in charge of safety on board the vessel. We have the second officer, so do we have the third officer. The second officer is in charge of medications on board the vessel. The third engineer is in charge of safety appliances like the fire equipment and the rest. We have fire extinguishers in different designated places on board the vessel. So from the deck department, we have the ratings. Aside from the officers, I just labeled the officers. The ratings are the people whom we call the oilers, or the ordinary seaman, and the able-bodied seaman, or the bosun, which is called the bosun, which is actually the boss of the ratings, whether it be an engineer or a deck personnel. So they have the bosun. So from being an ordinary seaman to an able-bodied seaman to a bosun, and then if your head is hot, you write the exam, you become an officer, and then you get a proper license, and that's how you grow from being an officer, either being in the engine department or in the deck department. You grow over. And then we have the kitchen department, which we call, the kitchen is called the galley on board the vessel. And we have the part where everybody eats, it's called the mess. So in the kitchen you have the chief cook. So basically on board the vessel we have three chiefs. The chief cook, the chief engineer, and the chief officer. So
Did you hear that? How many chiefs?
Yes.
Chief engineer,
Chief officer.
chief cook,
chief engineer.
chief engineer, chief cook. Now they prepare amala and ewedu on board vessel.
and then we have our super ship chandlers that brings the very, very nice food for us to eat on board the vessel. So
Super chandlers.
yeah,
Sorry.
we call them super because if they don't bring food
We
for
are the
us,
life
we
of the
can't eat.
vessel. We are the life
We
of the
can't eat,
vessel.
not die.
If we don't give them food, they can't eat. They can't eat water.
So
And
that's
another thing, sorry, inside these
life.
lifeboats, you have
Okay, we
biscuits,
have
you have water, you
biscuits and we have
food
water,
inside.
and we have it's being given rationally. So when the ship basically sinks, for instance, and you're on board your lifeboat, you're not allowed to eat for the next 24 hours. Yes.
Yes.
Why?
Because of
You're not allowed to eat for the next 24 hours.
Because
24
of your
hours.
Why?
Why? Because of your weight. So
Because
that
of
you'll be
weight.
able to. This
Aside
is
from
Because
that,
of the weight, eh?
there are minimum things inside there for consumption. So if your ship is sinking now, it doesn't say the first thing that will come to the last thing that will actually come to your mind is food. So they caution it in a way that before you get rescue, which definitely you'll get rescue before the ship sinks, rescue must have been on its way. It is programmed like that through the GPS and the satellite and the mayday, you get people that come around for rescue. So definitely.
When they declare Mayday, explain to them the meaning.
Okay. We have
When you hear
mayday.
Mayday,
We have security. We also have urgency. Yeah.
Medical
attention.
Agency and medical
It's a
attention.
coded line.
Yes, it's
Okay.
a coded line.
Thank you.
It's a coded line. So
I think that is all. You have a crane. A crane is meant to do what? To load goods. You can see. So in front is an export vessel. They are exporting soya bean, grounded soya bean. After that, there is a white vessel in front,
Can you see?
invisible. That one is it brought frozen fish. So you know that the one that brought frozen fish cannot do export because of what? All the vessels in the hatch is cold. It has cold room. They can only take anything that will stand such temperature that is frozen. Yes. It's like when you get to a warehouse where they sell fish.
This one's soya.
That's the soya bean. Yeah. Grounded. They will dry them, mill them, they will extract the they will extract the oil. They will extract the oil first.
Okay.
After extracting the oil, they will export.
I think they use it for fish feed or something.
Use it for feeding of animal, poultry. Mix it with maize. And this type of vessel also that will bring corn. And the trade is high. You know what I mean by trade? Security trade. Then we can invite Navy. We'll have policemen. We know where they're stationed because everywhere is secure. There is peace. Relatively peace here. There is no piracy attack.